Hi guys, I'm Chris from Pinetop Jackson. If you grew up playing cheap guitars like I did, you've probably played one of these before. This is an Epiphone Special. Let's check it out. This guitar has a tune-o-matic style bridge with a stop bar tailpiece, a kind of generic burst paint job, 22 fret rosewood fretboard. Now the first guitar I got serious on when I was younger was an Epiphone Junior, which has the same flat Les Paul body style, but with just a single pickup in the bridge. There is some embarrassing VHS footage of that floating around out there somewhere. Then years later, when I started this channel, I had a Special 2 that had been refurbished by Merc. You can learn about what they do in this video. I bought this guitar without the strings on it. I did make sure the seller had pictures of the tune-o-matic bridge and the stop bar tailpiece. These pieces are just held on by string tension. So if the strings are removed and the guitar is put away for storage, there's a tendency for these pieces to get lost, and this guitar would be pretty useless without them. So I made sure he had them. And one way to test it without strings on it, let me plug it in here to an amp. Turn this sucker on. All right, I just tap the... You don't need a screwdriver, do you? Then here's the neck. Switch it to the neck. Nice. Now there is another way to test your pickups when you don't have strings on it. I learned about this technique from a guy named Ken who has the Tremaine Station on YouTube. I'll leave a link to his channel in the description down below. But this is just the remote control for my television. And check it out. If you go down to the bridge, just push any button. Can you hear that? I'll turn the volume up, see if you can hear it better. Switch to the neck. All right, I'm just going to take the pickups out here to take a look at them. The center screws here raise and lower the pickup height. These four outer corner ones remove the pickups. So much like the Squier Affinity Strats, these Epiphone Specials, I consider them part of the backbone of the used guitar market. You can find them all over the place for good deals. I paid 50 bucks for this one. Fantastic deal. It'd still be a good deal for 100 bucks. A lot of guitar for the money. I wouldn't pay much more than 100 bucks though. Now of course there's some people who say like it's a Les Paul, it's worth 300 bucks. And of course I don't say anything to them. The market will teach them its value. All right, let's see. They say Epiphone. No other markings, though. Inside the body now, we can see. Let me pick up this phone. What's the wood look like? Ply. Definitely some plywood, you can tell. And you know that is to be expected. So from 1996 until 2004, these guitars were made in South Korea. From 2004 on, they were made strictly in China. Well, hard to get a good image of this neck plate without any glare on it. It's so reflective. All right, so we have a 9-digit serial code here, reading 097090527. Now, conventional wisdom would tell us that 09 stands for the year of 2009. However, usually when that code is used, it's YYMM. So the first two would mean the year and the second two would mean the month. But 70 does not make sense for a month. So I'm not sure if this was, let's see what else it could be. If that is not a 0 but instead an O, maybe that is a factory code that indicates a factory that it was made in. That would make 97 be the year. So the O being the factory code, 97 meaning 1997, and then the month 09 would be September. That could make sense, but then that would leave us with 527 being the manufacturer number, and usually they had more than that. Usually there's up to 5 numbers. Now, there could be other clues in the headstock, the shape where it says special model, and that the truss rod cover reads Gibson instead of saying special, but I don't know all the ins and outs of this. So for the time being, I'm going to err on the side of newer, or I err on the side of the less vintage and say that it's a 2009 as opposed to a 1997. If anyone else out there has any information that can help me accurately date this Epiphone, please leave a comment down below and let me know. Let the rest of the world know. And now I think it's time to string this guy up. All right, now there's been a debate that I've heard about. People feel very strongly both ways about running the string through the bottom of the stop bar tailpiece across, or running it down backwards and letting it wrap over. I will give you an example. Like this, with the ball end stopping there. And you can see it's kind of, the holes are recessed, so the ball end is meant to go right in there. I've seen people do it and argue that it is superior to run it through this way. Like so. And then, and then wrap it over the top like that. And they argue that it will give you enhanced tone and like able to do deeper bends. Now you should be able to do easier bends just by raising the stop bar and lessening the break angle right here between the saddle and the bridge. But I just wanted to bring that up because I've heard people talk about that and feel strongly about it. This guitar comes from the factory done the other way. And as I said, that you can tell that the saddle is meant for the ball end to fit right in there. So I'm going to go ahead and string it up. Oh, now I put a kink in the string. Well, I'm going to string it up the way that it would have come from the factory. And I'd love to hear from you guys if you feel strongly one way or the other about it. Let me know down in the comments.